Nicholas Doom, yeah, don't get it twisted, Brian. This guy, you look at him and you think, oh, this guy is 2 or 3 bricks shy of a load. But I'm going to tell you something. Don't let him fool you with acting like a fool out of it. He can wrestle, too.
That's for sure.
Yeah, you think his cornbread's not quite done, but he can go, I'll tell you that. Look at
License, registration, proof of insurance. You know how oh my God, Warlord of Weird. Sir, I'm so sorry to bother you.
This episode of SiNNdiculousness is brought to you by McNeil Engineering, Coolsville Tattoos, and Big Gummies.
The first time I set foot in Nashville, Tennessee was to work for NWA TNA. And one of the first guys that I had met there was Kid Kash. Kash was a top star for TNA at the time. He was already a huge star all over the world, working at ECW, and he was so creative, such a good dude. And from the moment we met, we just got along really well. I think he took me under his wing and got me booked on shows locally because he knew that I was passionate and hungry, and I think that went a long way with him. So he had called up Lawler and put me over saying, hey, we got this kid here, he's all the way in from Canada, I think you really like him. So Lawler said, okay, bring him on down. So Kash tells me, hey Sinner, hey man, we're gonna go to Memphis, I got you booked for Jerry Lawler, the paydays are great, the show's really fun, and the Memphis barbecue is awesome. And I said, well, I'm Canadian, I've never had barbecue before, does Arby's count? Man, I'll fucking kill you. So we rode together, we always had a good time with each other, and we get to the Memphis TV studio where I meet Jerry Lawler, and we get along great. And so I'm getting ready to do my match. He's going to debut me against one of his local babyfaces. So as I'm lacing up, Jimmy Hart comes up to me literally minutes before I'm about to go on air on live Memphis TV. And he says, hey baby darling, Sinner, I know that's what you work under at TNA, but this is the Bible Belt, baby darling. And we're kind of scared that our sponsors are going to be freaked out by your name because it's kind of evil, and we are into Bible Belt, baby darling. So if you could, you got about 2.5 minutes before we go live, could you think of a couple different names that we can pick from, baby darling, and then that's what we use. I said, okay, Jimmy, no problem. So my brain starts racing and I'm thinking of this, that, and the other, all sorts of crazy names spinning through my skull. Literally moments later, Jimmy Hart comes back over and says, baby darling, what you got? So I gave him a few ideas, and the one that he liked the best was Nicholas Doom. And so he goes, okay, baby darling, I love it. That's what I'm gonna go tell Corey Macklin. So he ran over to go tell the announcer, Corey Macklin, and seconds later, I'm going through the curtain, and all I hear was, hailing from the deepest, darkest jungles of Canada, Nicholas Doom! And Corey would put it over really funny. He would pronounce it really playfully, and all the guys would imitate it in the back every time I'd get there to the shows. Hey, what's up, Nicholas Doom? What's going on? Nicholas Doom. To this day, I think Scott D'Amore insists on calling me Nicholas Doom. So anyway, I went out as Nicholas Doom, and I proceeded to scare the crap out of Memphis for a long time. I had a great time working in that territory, and I had so many wonderful feuds with a lot of great guys. Viscera, King Mabel, rest his soul. Brian Christopher, Grandmaster Sexay, rest his soul. So many great feuds, and I just, half the time I couldn't stop laughing, especially when I was tagging with or being managed by Coco Beware. It took everything I had not to burst out laughing. I just had to bite my lip really, really hard.
it ain't over yet. Because Brian Christopher, you and Shock is gonna pay for this. Nobody messed with my knee like this. They blew my knee. Now I can't wrestle right now. Oh, Coco, number one. All we can do is pray for you.
It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in the ring with Jerry Lawler, and being in Memphis was a great experience. And since Lawler only knew me as Nicholas Doom, that's how he would refer to me. So every time I ever saw him after that, hey Nicholas, what's up Nicholas? Hey Nicholas, what's up Nicholas? And the only other person to ever call me Nicholas on the planet is my mom. And only after I've done something really bad. Nicholas, quit picking on your brother.
Nicholas Doom.
Sir, carry on. Awesome,
Run for your life! Not long after I started working for TNA, I moved from Nashville to Huntsville, Alabama. And I started working pretty regularly for Jerry Lawler in Memphis as well. Jerry at the time was booking his TV show bi-weekly. So at the TV station, we would do the first hour live and the second hour pre-tape for the following week. But that same day, we would stick around and do maybe a promotional show in the afternoon somewhere, and then we would go and do the big show at the Memphis Coliseum at nighttime, which was awesome. I thoroughly would mark out every chance I got to wrestle at the Memphis Coliseum because so many legends were performing there before me. Andy Kaufman, Andre the Giant, Rock and Roll Express, Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, Austin Idol, and the list goes on and on. I can see my name in lights. Nicholas Doom!
I can't wait for this next match, Jimmy. These guys are great. These guys are great. Oh, Nicholas Doom. I'm going to tell you something. This Nicholas Doom is impressive. This guy is as tough as they come.
Well, you know what? He's colorful. He's great in the ring. He's got the right size. He can talk. He's got everything.
He can talk? Have you ever tried to have a conversation with him?
Memphis to Huntsville was about a 3-hour drive, so one morning I'm getting ready to head out when I get a phone call from Jerry Lawler. And he says, hey man, one of the female wrestlers is sick. Could you bring your girl to replace her? And I said, sure, Jerry, no problem. But I had just got this brand new puppy, a big, huge English Mastiff puppy. And even though he was only 6 weeks, he was already the size of my truck. So he had this big giant head that was way too big for his body, and he would flump and bonk all over the place. And I knew he was going to grow up to be big and scary, so who did I know that was big and scary? Kamala. So I named the puppy, you guessed it, Kamala. So Jerry says, screw it, man, just bring the dog to the TV studio, I'm desperate. Jerry Lawler is scared to death of dogs. So I said, okay, sure, Jerry, no problem, will do. So me and Kamala get to the TV studio, and I'm walking through the front doors. I hit the elevator button, the doors open, bing, and who do I see? The real Kamala. And I say, hey, James. Kamala's real name is James. Shh, don't tell anyone. I said, hey, bro, don't get hot, but I would like you to meet Kamala. And James looks down, and Kamala's licking his toes. He's wearing flip-flops. And he goes, oh, you named a dog after me? Oh, that's so nice. That's so sweet, boy. And he was really cool, really nice cat. So Kamala got to meet Kamala.
Right, good. Good job here. My dog! Knock him down. My dog! Boom, my dog! No, knock them down. Boom,
And then later that night, we're at the Memphis Coliseum getting ready, and me, Kid Kash, and my puppy Kamala are sharing the dressing rooms. We're all kind of small, so we were sharing this dressing room that was like built for two, and it had the mirrors and the Hollywood light bulbs all around. So we're talking and cutting up and laughing and this and that. We look down and we see my little puppy Kamala is getting to home base with one of Kid Kash's kick pads. And I'm like, Kamala, no! And Kash is so cool. Kash goes, man, it's cool, man. Let the little guy do his thing, man. Let the little guy have his way. Kid Kash got many, many kick pads. It's all good, baby. And we all had a laugh, and that was that. So not a bad day for my puppy. He got to make sweet love to Kid Kash's very expensive kick pad, and Kamala got to meet Kamala.
Son of a Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
That's Kermit the Frog.
Oh.
What is Kamala? Kamala, get your pop. You got a sucker. It's a Tootsie Pop.
Oh, Kamala champion. Oh.
Tootsie Pop.
Oh my God!
Go ahead, all you. Donuts. You're not making fun of me, are you, with donuts?
No, man. In fact, I love donuts. Man, you should see that donut tree over there.
Donuts.
Trust me.